Thank you for stopping by to listen to my dad, Larry Witcher, otherwise known as the Professor of Useless Knowledge. I hope you enjoy it.
Hey, Larry.
Coming in there licking my lips, man.
Yeah, what you licking your lips about?
Well, some of that Indian pudding.
Oh, yeah, let's talk about that.
Hasty pudding.
Do you know anything about Indian pudding?
I sure do.
Okay.
It's also known as hasty pudding.
Hasty pudding?
Yeah, H-A-S-T-Y, hasty pudding.
Hasty, okay.
Or Indian pudding. And you being a chef, I've about decided that your cooking is limited to something on a grill, like barbecue, or something in a wash pot, like stew.
Absolutely, yeah. I make stuff in big quantities.
You just ain't no all-around cooker.
You're right. You never catch me making a cake. You never catch me making anything like fried pies or anything like my mama does.
Yeah, well, my
That's
wife,
her specialty.
My wife, she getting her fried pie stuff out for tomorrow too.
Okay, good.
You know, it's amazing that you and I hadn't sampled the two pies together to see which one is the best.
Yeah, I think we ought to do that one day on the radio.
Yeah, I think we do too. But being in the music business, so like you and Joel is, I'm surprised you hadn't heard about this hasty pie in the Yankee Doodle. You know the song Yankee Doodle?
Oh, yeah?
Says, Father and I went down to camp along with Captain Gooden, and there we saw the men and boys as thick as hasty pudding. And you ain't never heard that neither?
You know what? That's never rung a bell with me.
Well,
and then, listen, you could have sung that the rest of your life, and I'd have probably never picked up on it.
Well, that's... See, in the music industry, it's just going to pot now, just about it. Ain't no steel guitars, no fiddles, and no dobros in the country music no more.
They ruined it, hadn't they?
You have to go to the gospel greats.
Yeah.
To get that. But back on hasty pudding, we done got off on something else.
Yeah.
It's got in it, and all, you got to have milk. It's a kind of a custard, Julio, cooked, and there's very few desserts. It can look completely unappetizing, but, man, once you taste a bite of this here pudding with some vanilla ice cream on it, you'll clean that bowl out. You'll stick your face down in it and lick it if it's big enough to get all of it out. Okay. It's a New England Thanksgiving classic, and the Indian pudding is probably got its name probably because it derived from the Indian corn that it was made with. Now, here in the United States, we put corn in it. Some other countries put flour. But we use corn.
Okay.
It's got eggs, got molasses, butter, milk, spices, cornmeal, and it also got raisins if you want to put it in. If you take 6 cups of milk, a half a cup of half a cup of butter, half a cup of yellow cornmeal, a fourth a cup of flour, tablespoon of salt, half a cup of molasses, 3 eggs beaten, third cup of granulated sugar, a teaspoon of cinnamon, a teaspoon of nutmeg, a cup of golden raisins if you want to put them in it.
Yeah.
You scald the milk and the butter and all together. Julio, either you heat it in a microwave till it comes to a boil.
Okay.
Then you keep it hot on medium heat. Preheat your oven 250 degrees, and in a separate bowl you mix your cornmeal, your flour, and your salt, and your molasses, all that stuff together there, and you pour in a little bit of scalded milk at the time, and you just stir it all up there, and once you get it all together, you temper your eggs then by putting that hot stuff over in the eggs and keep them whisked all the time. That's stirred, what you would do on Rundry stew. You stir it a lot.
You got to keep it stirred.
Yeah, you whisk your eggs. Don't stir them, whisk them.
Oh,
you put it in there. Now, it's going to be lumpy, Julio. But if you don't want it lumpy, you can run it through a blender. Preheat your oven 250 degrees and cook it for 2 hours. Then let it cool about an hour.
Yeah.
Put you some vanilla ice cream or whipped cream on it, and you got something right there it's good, man.
How about that? Okay.
But it's Indian pudding or hasty pudding.
Hasty pudding. Okay. All right.
Sure.
Now we know then. Okay.
Now we know.
Corn.
I'm surprised that you didn't know.
No, I never would have thought it'd been made with corn either.
It's made with corn. That's where it gets its Indian corn.
Yeah.
Hasty pudding or either Indian pudding.
Huh. Okay, so now we know, and somebody, I'm sure, wrote that down, and somebody's going to try it.
If they didn't, they can give me a call. Now, you can get it out of an old Concord Christmas book, cookbook, which is out of print now. So you probably have to see Mr. Haney to get one of them, or either go to the Concord Museum and ask them to let you copy it.
What about it?
Or either you can call me and I'll give you the recipe. So I got it, Julio.
Yeah, well, it sounds good. Well, anytime I need it, I'm going to call you.
All right. You probably won't do it because you can't cook it in a wash pot.
Yeah, it's no good to me.
Okay, then. Thank you, Mr. Know-It-All.
Well, y'all are sure welcome, and we'll see you come Monday.
Okay, Larry, you have a great day. Have a good weekend, too.
Sure am going to try my best, too.
Okay. Now, I'll see you in a few days. Okay.
See you up at the market Friday morning. Oh, I'm going to have some old pictures up there where you can see what Monroe looked like 100 years ago.
I'll be there.
All right.
Okay, see you in the morning. Okay. The professor of useless knowledge is going to have some old pictures at the Monroe Farmers Market in the morning. Miss Faye's going to have some fried pies. My mama's going to have fried pies. A lot of folks going to have sweets and treats and all kinds of...
Okay, then. Thank you, Mr. Know-It-All.